Hey, it's Mark here with your video thought for the day. Okay, so recently I was watching a clip from an old Steve Martin movie called The Jerk. And there's this scene he's got in it where he's in a frustrated relationship and all of the success of life may have or may not have gotten to him. And he's saying that he doesn't need anybody, he doesn't need anything, and he's leaving a room and he says, I don't need anything at all except this ashtray. And he picks up an ashtray. And as he's leaving, as I recall, he doesn't need anything at all. Nothing except the ashtray. But then he sees one of those little paddle games where you've got the paddle with the ball. And he says, just the ashtray and the paddle game. And then he doesn't need anything at all except the ashtray and the paddle game. But then he sees a lamp and then a chair. And it's always, I don't need anything except this and. And I was laughing because that kind of reminds me of the passage I'm looking at this week with you from Isaiah the prophet in Isaiah 41, where God says, don't fear and don't be dismayed because I am, and then he says something, and then he adds this Hebrew word af, and that means and this, and this, and this, and this, as he repeatedly gives these reasons we're not to fear. And so I've been looking at those with you this week, and I hope you have a chance to go back and look at them. I talked Monday about how personal these are, that he uses that Hebrew ka at the end of each of these to specify, you, I am this to you, I'm with you. God says, I will strengthen you. Well, today we'll look at the fourth feature of that. And that's where God says, I will help you. And atzar is this Hebrew word for help. And that's what it means, is just help, come to your aid. God says, and on top of everything else I've said, and I will be your help. I will help you. We all need help. It didn't take the Beatles song to help us know that. Help? I need somebody, help, not just anybody, help. I need someone, help. And I love the way they almost scream the help at that point. We all need help. We need help through this life. We need help in our relationships. We need help in our goals. We need help in our work, help in our everyday life, help through anxiety or fear or depression, help through health crises, whatever it is, it seems there's a constant need for help. And I love this because God says, I will help you. Now, understand with help is only as good as the person giving the help. We were recently in the midst of trying to figure out how to go from one place to another. And I had the GPS pulled up, and I had Becky with me. And Becky is one of the most helpful people I know. And she kept saying, I wish I could help you. How do I help? And there really wasn't anything she could do. She had the helpful heart, the helpful attitude, but I had the GPS. I had it figured out. I just needed to do it. And as much as I appreciated her offer of help, she wasn't in a place where she would be substantial help. It kind of reminds me of our 2-year-old grandson who wants to help me sometimes drive. Well, we can drive for the fun of it, but he's not really helping, in that sense. Well, God actually is able to help. He's all powerful. And so he's got the ability to help. So when God says, I'll help you, it's not some, worthless offer. You've got the most resourceful, powerful being there's ever been saying, I'll help you, which brings me to my other point about God's help. It's one thing to be able to help you. It's one thing to be willing to help you, but God wants to help you. Now that's an amazing thing. The God of the universe is waiting for you to cry out for his help because he wants to help you. Now, help doesn't mean making everything all right immediately right now. Help means working through things with you to help you grow into what you need to be. And that's why he's saying, fear not. Don't be dismayed, because I am your helper. I will help you. Let me help you grow through this so that you're not afraid. I love that. Now, I want to tell you that's it, but there's another and, just like the Steve Martin movie. And that and you'll get tomorrow. But this is your video thought for today.